Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where we geek out about a movie we just saw.
Third time.
I know, we just saw Ready or Not. And we keep knocking the damn camera thing off. If you watch, I might have this as bloopers after the logo stuff. Anyways.
What they're going to see is they're not going to see your phone falling down. They're just going to see us going like, God damn it.
Yeah, that's why it'll be funny if you want to watch that. All right, so we're here to talk about Ready or Not. This is going to be our spoilers video. We're going to spoil this movie. We're going to tell you about the ending first, all kinds of stuff. You never know what we're going to do, but we're going to talk about all the spoilers. So even if you like a little spoilers, be careful. So we do have a no spoiler video, and we're going to give you plenty of time to click out of this video before we start talking spoilers. But we do have a no spoiler video. There's a link in the description. You can check that out. Even if you've seen the movie and you're looking for spoilers, we still recommend you check out our no spoiler because that gives you more of the idea of what we've thought about the movie, whereas this is going to be more specific details that we're going to geek out about.
Yep.
And also, we don't consider ourselves movie reviewers or critics. We're just people that love movies and love talking about movies. So, that's where we're coming from with that. So, I feel like there's one other thing I say there. Am I missing something?
I think that covers everything.
Okay. Well, that being said, so let's do this part then. Spoiler warning. Here you go. You better be gone. Spoilers. All right. So first and foremost, Mary's not typically horror.
True.
Which I'm so excited I got her to go to this. So even though she doesn't necessarily consider this horror,
I really don't.
I think it's definitely a type of horror film. But we talked about that and then no spoilers. So you can go check that out. Also, we did the entire no spoiler with no AC, and it's like 95 out here. So.
No, it's not.
Did it cool down?
Yeah, it's like 70 something.
It's not in the 70s. Hold on, let's see. There's
74.
no way it's 73 outside. It's humid as fuck though, and there's lights in here and the theater. And I've been awesome movie.
He's been drinking.
I did. I had a double vodka at the theater. It was delicious. Thank you, Austin and Regal, best bartender, bro. But anyways, this movie is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
I had a couple of big things that bothered me, which we finally get to talk about. But
well, first of all, it's the aliens, and
yeah, that was such a weird ending, but I loved it, man. When the aliens just came down and just started sticking probes in everybody's butt, and we had the graphic close-ups, and then Rick shows up. He's like, "Wubba lubba dub dub, bitches." No. So that being said, how about let's talk about this real quick before we even really dive into it. So when the movie just started, mom and a dad came in with the kids, probably maybe 7 or 8. I saw them.
I missed that.
I saw them come in because I heard the kid talk like right when he came in, but then he was quiet. And I went through the whole mental gymnastics with me about, what the fuck are you bringing a kid like that to a movie like this? What the fuck? And then I slowly realized, wait, you know what? If the kid's cool, I mean, like, my mom took me to movies like this, so I can't get too mad. And through the first half of the movie, through the first half of the movie, kid was cool, totally quiet. But yeah, like the back half of the movie, kids start talking. And you can hear his parents shushing him, but I'm like, parents, get in his face and tell him to shut the fuck up. So he wasn't as cool as I was.
Saying, who the fuck brings a kid to this kind of movie?
And I was like, sorry, Mom. But again, I was there. I didn't get bored at the movies. I sat there and watched them. Yeah.
But the kid wasn't bored. He's like, oh my gosh, she's dead.
Yeah, you got. If you're gonna take your kids, you've got to teach them before you take them in. And I know kids don't listen. I know there's gonna be things, but I'm just want to drive it home. I mean, we don't have kids, so who am I to tell you what to do? But like, I just imagine you need to explain to them thoroughly multiple times as you're going in. When the movie starts, you don't talk. You don't talk at all. Worst case scenario, you lean in my ear and whisper as quietly as you can. Even that would have been better. But they weren't the only ones. The guy beside me was super fidgety, and anytime he picked up his drink and took a drink, he then had to like throw his fists out to half-ass Henry Cavill, cock his shoulder, his sleeves back up his arm, and then wipe his face down. I was like, all right, whatever. And then the guy who put his M&Ms in a plastic cup in the cup. It's like, I'm reminded why I don't like horror movies as a communal experience in theaters. But anyways, let's talk about the movie. Okay. What are some of your favorite spoilers now that I just did like a 3-minute rant on theater going?
Oh, God. You've driven it all out of my head at this point.
Well, do we want to talk about the main dude's selfishness? Because that's like the thing.
Let's go ahead and talk about that, because you've been talking about that nonstop, basically.
And this is the thing they did. Yeah, this is the thing they did address. And I think I even brought this up in my trailer reaction. That like they finally have the moment when she realizes what's going on, and they're in the servants' hallways, which I love, by the way. I've always wanted a house with like hidden passageways, and it never occured to me that a lot of times older houses that had that for servants' passages. But like they finally have this conversation, and he actually explains it more than he does in the trailer about how like, if I didn't propose to you, you would have left me. If I didn't do this, you would have left me. And I'm still sitting there thinking, bitch, if you fucking loved her and you knew all this shit, you would have let her leave you. Like, that's what love is. Like, you don't, like, that's fucking selfish. That, and that pissed me off, and that made me not give a fuck about that asshole through this whole movie. Yeah. But I am glad they actually at least addressed it by the end. She did call him selfish.
Yeah, and I agree with all that. Or the flip side of that could have been is like, he explains it to her, and he says, but I have a plan.
Oh, yeah. What a different movie that would have been. Yeah. What a fucking cool-ass twist that could have been.
Right.
Dude. No, like, that never even occurred to me, but that, like, we really enjoyed the movie. I'm not trying to shit on the movie by any means, but that's an awesome idea.
Because theoretically, he could have gotten back in touch with his family sooner, started hanging around the house, start sabotaging the weapons.
And, like, we as the audience, the viewers, didn't need to know that. Like, the first half of the movie could have been us thinking this is really happening to them.
Yeah.
And then there comes that moment when it's like, they get together and their attitudes change, like, well, that all went according to plan, and they like open a case or something with all their own shit. Yeah. All right, I'll see you at the next checkpoint or whatever. And you're like, wait, what? And then the mystery unfolds that, no, we have a plan to shut all this shit down. That could have been really fucking cool.
Yeah.
That could have been really cool. But that didn't happen. So the selfish thing, that bugged me. But I am glad, at least by the end, she's like, you selfish motherfucker.
Of course, you know, you have, and the beauty of that kind of movie is like, they have the plan, but then, again, the unexpected happens and things go sideways.
And you can even play with that.
Yeah.
Play with the audience expectations of, oh no, it went against plan, and then maybe that was also actually part of the plan. You know what I mean? It's like, oh wait, no, that was actually part of, they meant it, what? Like, yeah, there could have been a lot more like, whoa, moments going down that path. That's studio execs.
And the brother may have tried to recruit the other brother.
Sony, you're gonna need some new people very, very soon after your Spider-Man fuck up. Just saying.
And then we'd have the other brother playing both sides.
I'm so fucking I'm always turned on by you, but Jesus Christ, I'm so much more turned on by you in the moment. That's fucking brilliant. And I feel like I'm going to derail this entire thing now because I'm like, I want to talk about that movie. But anyways, all right, let's try. Okay, but yeah, no, I love your ideas. But let's get back on the actual movie thing here. So,
what was the other problem you had?
I'm so excited about that now. I'm blanking because this one was not resolved. Okay, I'm remembering some of the other ones, but not the specific problem I was having. It'll come back to me. Okay. I know it will come back to me. But since you brought it up, some of the other, she had a couple of horror movie final girl cliche moments.
Okay, you were going to explain that to me.
So you understand the concept of final girl?
The one that lasts to the end?
It's pretty self-explanatory,
okay.
Yes. It is the one that is the strong one that ends up beating the horror, beating the villain, and all that stuff. Which, again, for those of you that don't know, this is why I've always loved strong women in movies, because people don't think about it, but I grew up watching horror films as a kid. I watched, like, the Friday the 13th, which was a, spoilers, female killer versus a female victim who, the female victim stood up to the challenge and fucking kicked the ass. And then even Nightmare on Elm Street. Nancy learns to take control. She takes the power from Freddy by saying, fuck you, I'm not going to let you have power over me. So I grew up with like this normalization of strong female types, wondering why all these other people were watching Disney movies where it's like, oh, won't some Prince Charming save me? And I'm like, why is that okay? And now that like we're getting the strong women more in major mainstream cinema, I'm like cool with it. I'm like, good, it's about goddamn time. And all these other people are just losing their shit. So I just felt like a good time to bring that up. So, but Final Girl, yeah. So basically, what you're saying. Yeah. So the butler, the piano playing butler.
Yeah.
Like that whole sequence was great, and like when the shells are for
yeah, it looks like an elephant gun or something.
Yeah, exactly. Because I thought his head was going to explode and shit. You know, in a minute. But later, when she's fighting him after he gets her with the car and everything. Well, first off, I'm like, bitch, why? First, when she leaves the house, and I'm sorry I'm using bitch. We were talking about this earlier. Ever since the goddamn bitch please moment in Spider-Man, we can't not do bitch please. But she gets out of the house and she starts running down like the pathways and the walkways of the house. I'm like, you don't go down the obvious paths. But that's one of those things, like, in the panicked mindset. Okay. Yeah. But then the guy starts chasing her in the car. I did love the moment with the other dude stopping and not helping her.
Oh, yeah.
But then the dude chases her with the car, and he gets out of the car, and she gets the upper hand. She goes to choke him. And I'm like, well, first off, don't just... she had complete control of that situation. Don't just hold the rag around his neck. Put your fucking knee or your leg in his back.
Too.
Like, really strangle him. And then she just like... I'm like, she thinks he's dead, lets him go. I'm like, bitch, no! And then she gets in the car and drives off. I'm like, bitch, back the fuck up over him!
Well, I was saying, going, he just dropped a gun. You should have popped the cap in him, but it turned out to be a trank gun anyway.
I know, but even that shit, too. It's like, stop Laurie Stroding and dropping your goddamn weapon until you're sure you're safe. So that got on my nerves. And even like there's a moment when she's hiding and she doesn't realize there's a door handle with a secret door behind her. But
I'm gonna say
I can understand.
In her defense about the choking thing, I wonder how many, not just women, people, period.
In these situations, it's different.
Not only in real life would know to actually use their knee. They're just going to say, oh, this is how you choke somebody.
Right. And I mean, and that's fair. And again, that's why I say I'm not actually faulting. I'm just explaining the things that were going through my mind watching it. I'm not actually faulting the movie for that.
Both oh, hell no.
I know. But again, I've watched so many horror movies and you just have lived life that, you know, we're both, again, that's what I said. It's one of those what would you do kind of movies. So that kind of stuff I'm cool with. And unfortunately, it hasn't brought back the thing that I'm not cool with, which was Oh, no, I remember finally. Alex, the handcuffs, which you and I were debating.
Yeah, and I could not picture what you were trying to say.
And you know what? I'm going to explain that right after this.
And we're back.
All right, so the handcuff thing. When they finally knock him out and catch him, the only thing they do to keep him locked up or whatever, they take one pair of handcuffs, and they put his hands like this around a thin wooden bar on like a bedpost.
Right.
Right? And he just decides, well, I'm just going to do this and saw through it. Which is ridiculous enough on its own, especially in the time he had to do it. But my thing is, your feet aren't locked down. You're totally mobile other than just being kind of like this. Why can't you stand up, turn around, and it's down here, and then like pick your leg up and start stomping on the wood to break it at a weak point instead of trying to saw through with dull cuffs.
I'm not sure you could twist yourself around to stand up.
I absolutely could. I even showed you in the movie theater that, and I even gave you the benefit of the doubt of the wrist twisting this way, which I'm not entirely sure was how it was going to go. But in that bedpost, you would have got up and your hands would have been right about here.
Ask Kathy if she has
and then
handcuffs.
I could. Excuse us. No.
Because
I gotta turn the AC on.
I'm not entirely sure that's going to work the way you think it will.
Well, you don't have the right bedpost to do that anyway, so we don't have any bedposts. I don't know what Kathy's bed's like, but...
Well, no.
So we couldn't theoretically really test it, but...
All I need is a bar and handcuffs.
Anyways, we're not going to be able to pull that off, but... So she's not sure. You're not disagreeing. You're just not sure
that... Yeah,
So comment. What do you guys think? Are you unsure? Do you know for sure you couldn't do that? And I'm not even talking if you could stomp the thing off faster than sawing. The real debate we're having is, could you, if you're handcuffed like this, could you turn yourself around and actually stand up? Which, I mean, seems like, I mean, look, like he was like this. It's not even that hard for me to do this. I mean, you would have to, it's hard to do it. It's hard.
Put your arms around my arm.
It is hard to do it in a car because I would need to like get up on my knee. So if I'm like this, which he's not, he has some slack because he's on handcuffs. And then I could just, I mean, again, in a car, but yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
So anyways, that was a thing. That was one of those what would you do things that was driving me nuts. Other than that, pretty fucking awesome.
Because it seems to me if you were capable of doing that, you would have just done that. So.
But as we kind of found out in the movie, maybe he didn't really want to. Because he fucking turned on her. Because he's only because he saw her smashing her mom's head in.
But again, so.
Which would enrage you. I'm sorry, it would enrage you. Because as soon as this whole situation started, the most interesting conclusion of this movie was going to be how the relationship between those two fell out.
it's just like, would they actually end up staying together? I mean, and like fight till the end, and she, you know, would kind of forgive him for putting her in such a shitty situation.
Yeah, there's no forgiveness in that. Maybe let him live and walk away if he had helped her the entire time and not turned on her, but...
Oh, the thing is, I know some people who would stay with them just because they would have that to hold over their head forever.
You know some people like that, but I think you are very much like that character. I mean, not exactly, but I think you're more...
no.
If that was us, there's no fucking way. Again, had I not turned, had I helped you the whole time, no fucking way. Maybe you'd at least be like, all right, well, you helped me not get killed, even though you put me in that situation to begin with. But yeah.
I want a divorce and I want half the money.
Right, rightfully so. And again,
by the way, I think she inherited everything because she's the only living person.
Well, it does make you wonder then, because then, like, I wondered about the movie after that. Like, what's the court case like?
Yeah.
Because they all tried to kill me, but they're all dead and the house is on fire. Hard to prove. Like, I do wonder where that went. I could have almost used one of those freeze frames and like, she went on to go to the court and was arrested for, or, you know, whatever happened, like little text thing, like some that old
or
stupid
she ends
cliche.
up in a mental institution or
something. Yeah. Or even she does inherit it, and then she's like, welcome to the family, and it pulls back and she's in the new version of the house and setting the, let's play a game, and sets the box down or something. You know, I mean, there's cool ways that could have done.
I mean,
it's good the way it ends.
We'll call him the devil guy. I can't remember
the magician, the guy that has the box. Yeah, that was cool. And we haven't even talked. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
The guy who gifted the box to the grandfather or whatever of the family, because they're going like, because they talk about, it's like Alex is the only one who's ever seen him, and it's like he was 5 years old. He was probably dreaming,
making it up or dreaming. Yeah.
But she sees him at the end, just real briefly enough, you know, as like the fire from the fireplace kind of blows out and you see him in the chair for like just a split second.
I like that effect too. That's pretty cool.
And she's like, oh fuck.
I love that delivery too. That's what I'm saying. The ending was great, which we definitely got to talk about the ending.
Yeah. But it's just like continuation of a very extremely helpful lawyer comes along and gets everything sorted out.
Yeah. And then like his face changes and he's the dude.
Yeah. And then
stop writing a better movie. I liked this movie, but you're making me like it less because you're telling me about a better movie we could have had. Yeah.
He's going like, I like you.
Yeah. Shit, we can do some things together. But yeah, and we talked about it in those spoilers that I wish it was chunkier, and it's the ending we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because it was awesome. I love they just start exploding, and you're like, what the fuck? Well, first,
but the delayed reaction.
Yeah, just the whole opening the thing, and they're like, the sunlight.
And then,
what? And then the one dude's like, I knew it was fucking bullshit. And the guy's like, and then they fucking start exploding. And after the first one, you still get that nice delay of the fuck? And before they all start exploding. And I love that even the woman with the new young children. I wish I could have seen it because I'm a sadistic bastard, but she did run with the kids out the door, but you heard 3 pops.
Yeah.
So I was like, those fucking kids blew up too. That's dope.
I'm
those little sadistic mother. And why didn't she throw the kid down the fucking body pit? She knew he was a threat. She just knocked him out, which was great when she fucking punches a kid and knocks him out in the stables. I would have put that kid in the fucking body pit. You ain't, because the ladder was broken and all that shit. You ain't coming back after me.
Because you try picking up a kid when you've got a bullet hole in your hand.
What would you do? Yeah. Well, that was also the other moment you really cringed too, was the nail when she's coming up and you see it coming.
I saw it coming. The thing is, I was sitting there like, well, on the bright side, she's already got a hole in that hand.
Yeah. Which, by the way, shield.
Oh, yeah.
That was the thing that bugged us, but
but
not in the movie.
But sitting there like, oh gosh, she's come. Well, on the bright side, she already has a hole there. But
that's a whole different kind of hand. We were talking about the ending.
Yeah.
I'm not going to finish that statement.
But
they all start blowing up. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And that's where I was saying it's very bloody, but it's all just like, it's like you popped a water balloon. And I'm used to like Preacher where somebody explodes and like their intestines are dangling off of things. It's like, it needs to be chunkier.
I don't need that. The explosions they have suit me just fine.
Yeah. But again, that's again where I'm weird. Like you're fine with real life blood and all that stuff. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to. Real life blood. I'm like, oh. But when it comes to the movies, I'm like, yes, because I love the artistry. I grew up as a Tom Savini kid, so like the artistry of making those illusions real is just, I love that. But if it's real, I'm like, oh, no. And it's actually because Tom Savini used actual anatomy books, I could never actually go into real effects because, like, I can't look at the real shit to make it, which is so weird because I'll look at the fake version of real shit. But whatever.
That is kind of weird.
Have you met me? But yeah, no, that ending was pretty great. And then her coming out. And again, like you said, some of the dialogue too, where she sees the ghost and she's literally, there's that great beat and she's, well, fuck. Like, that was just such a great delivery.
Yeah.
But your dude on the phone, the text joke.
Oh, yeah. The Google's just like,
shit.
Are pacts with the devil real or bullshit?
Or bullshit. Like, he was trying to avoid the whole thing the whole time.
Or watching, like, Google, or going to YouTube and going, like, how to use a crossbow.
And, you know, and yeah, that was all great. And, like, just so many great moments in there, too, with him. But again, he was the one I felt like he was there. He wasn't as weaved in with the group as I would have liked. But
again, he married into the family.
Yeah.
So he was, to a certain degree, he was us.
But not nearly as cool.
Yeah. But, I mean, but again, he was almost like a secondary entry for the audience.
A little bit, yeah. From maybe more the more snarkier side of the audience, yeah, perhaps. And then I guess for any of the gold diggers in the audience, they could have got in through the gold digging wife that I appreciate. She was so honest about her gold digging.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we'll be right back.
And we're back.
I'm apparently a gold digger too. I need those nickels.
Da, da, da.
Then you get demonetized. But no, so but yeah, so that guy he was pretty fun too.
Yeah.
I feel like I had something.
Okay,
I
think they screwed up one other what would have been a great joke. Because rule of three. Had the same lady killed the first two maids, so the third maid should have been killed by her too.
That's true, and that death bugged me. The maid and the dumbwaiter. It was very awkwardly executed. Like, it was very unclear what exactly crushed her.
The doors of the dumbwaiter.
But it didn't look that way because it looked like one of the doors was on the back of her neck and the other door was like down here. Well, like, it wasn't like here where I would maybe buy that it choked her or something.
She was leaning forward.
Yeah, she had like an arm out. Like, it was just... It was just awkwardly staged, and that bugged me a little bit. Again, I am being super nitpicky. Take all these critiques with a grain of salt. I had a great time with this movie. But
no, I think that they...
And you're right. It should have been the rule of thirds, and that should have been the biggest, funniest part. Because I did love that. But also, I feel that the trailers did the movie a disservice, because I think the death of the maid stuff was some of the funniest stuff in the movie. And to have that 2 out of 3 of those deaths be in the trailer, I was like, ooh, they didn't spoil all the great deaths in the trailer like I was worried, but I feel like they spoiled half the great deaths in the movie.
Yeah.
They did kind of throw away a lot of that, so I think the trailer did them a disservice there, personally.
Yeah. But at the same time, those deaths were in some ways a good way to gauge whether or not you were going to be able to hang with this movie.
Well, I kind of feel like maybe they should have shown 1 in the trailer, but not shown 2.
Yeah.
Because I think either one of those, you get the joke. You know? I did love the aunt, the older lady.
Yeah.
And like her death stare at the bride in the beginning, like the theater was just roaring over that. And she was pretty great in it too. I would have liked to, if anything, maybe some of the characters were just a little underdeveloped. Maybe I just need a little bit more of them. But then at the same time, we are doing an exploitation horror film, so you don't want to dig too deep into that shit because people aren't really coming to the movie for that. Yeah. You know, you just want a good time, good deaths, good jokes.
You did find out that she was the bride that you see in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, they had some good backstory in that regard, and I'm glad they showed that in the beginning. And I love the masks, the joke about the masks, and then that was Dad's idea. It was the 80s. That was pretty damn funny. The one wife showing up with like the coke all over her nose, and not Margot Robbie being like, and she's like, oh, we're gonna be best friends. You know, that was pretty awesome. I mean, again, there's tons of great moments in this. This is really worth seeing. Yeah. Especially, like I said.
I like that she was doing cocaine, she was popping pills, and at one point her husband's like, let's go find an edible and even you out.
Yeah, that was cute too. Yeah. Like, that's just, you can just imagine what their life was like outside of all of this, so that was fun. But yeah, I just can't get over your awesome idea of what if it had twisted and that they had a plan to come take over the household basically or whatever. That would have been really, really cool. And then another just nitpicky thing, because I'm a tech nerd, in the camera, in the security room where you can monitor all the cameras and lock down the house. Yeah, those TV switching boards, they do not connect that way to have anything to do with the alarm system. They'll run all the cameras, but the dude was like, turn off the alarms. I'm like, I know I'm like probably one of the only people in this whole theater that's going to know that's wrong, but that's so fucking wrong. So that was just one of those.
Oh, even better twist of my idea.
Oh no.
It's like, it wasn't a contingency. They actually like have a card made up to say hide and seek, and she palms it in.
That would have been cooler even. Like they're just playing them because they just want the family. Oh. That
would have been the final reveal.
Yeah, that would have been really, really cool. They could have done some like flashbacky stuff, like, oh, you didn't see the palm under the table? That would have been cool. Yeah. Also,
meanwhile, the devil is just having a good old time.
Or maybe they had even, that's the further twist, they had actually made a new deal with the devil. Like, we'll turn on our family and kill all those fuckers. You give us all the money. Like, he knew he was going to get written out of the will because he hadn't been there in 2 years or something.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it. And again, it's a really good movie, but I feel like it's subjective. Maybe you don't like our ideas, but I love these ideas. God, yeah, no, that's really cool. But, shoot, and I had something else I was going to bring up, too, one of the other things about the movie, and then now you got me on that tangent. My brain's going there, damn. But yeah, no, that was definitely a good time. I'm just trying to run through. Oh, and that was the other thing. I wish they would have explained this a little sooner, because one of the things that kind of got me was in the beginning, they talked about the different people who had joined the family and what games they had to play, and like one of them was Old Maid and all this stuff. And in my brain, I'm like, well, I want to see, how do you do the Death Hunt version of that? Because it's explained. Let me finish what I was going to say. It's understood. They do explain that the hide and seek was the death game, and like no one has really drawn that card in forever. You know, it's been decades or whatever since, so it's uncommon for that to happen. Whereas going into the movie, you don't know that. From the trailers, you just assume they always play a game, and there's always a death thing involved or whatever. That was my assumption. So I'm sitting there thinking, how do you do the death version of Old Maid and chess?
I think they did clear it up sooner than you thought. It's just that I
had enough time to start thinking about that.
You just didn't want to let go of the idea that they were all death games.
Well, no, it's not that I didn't want to let go. It's that I had too much time to think about that before they explained that they weren't all death games, I think is the case. Because then I was like, I want to see that movie. Like, what was the goofy dude with the crossbow? What was his death game getting into the family, and how did he survive it? You know, especially once you start getting the backstory that the family's going to die.
See, I think I only saw the trailer once, and I didn't think about it.
Well, that's the
any
problem
of it that way.
Doing reactions and stuff. Even if I only see a trailer once, I'm seeing it 3 times, you know, through editing and posting and all that stuff. So. But ultimately, you know, it was an awesome movie, and this is one of our longer reviews, and I'm glad I have nothing to do but cut these reviews when I go home. Drunken Movie Night's all set. By the way, if you're seeing this right when it comes out, Drunken Movie Night tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, August 23rd, 2019. We're doing a shark show. But, yeah, so... You got anything else? I'm sure there's plenty more I want to talk about, but this is... I tried to hit for 20.
I'm going to write my version of the movie now and see if I can sell it under a different title.
Yeah, like, pretty much. Like, we'll work with that, because don't take our ideas. I'll never have time to do it. It's fine. Unless you want to hire us. We'll work cheap. Trust me. I will. Yeah. Unless you're Sony. Then I don't trust you. I don't know who made this movie. Who made this movie?
I have no idea.
I know. I'm trying to remember back to the logos and stuff.
Were there logos?
Was it Fox? I don't know. It might have been Fox. I don't know. Whatever. We really enjoyed this movie. Hearing this discussion, it may have sounded like we didn't enjoy it as much as we did, but we really enjoyed this movie. It was a lot of
fun. It's a gory, suspenseful farce.
Yeah. It's a what would you do in this situation? Awesome survival horror film.
These are 2 rather different descriptions, but
the same thing at the heart of it. So, with great characters too, because again, go watch Mayhem if you haven't.
Yeah.
And also for some reason, just because I know Mayhem premiered on Shudder, it makes me also think of Revenge, which is a movie you couldn't handle. But my God, if you haven't seen the movie Revenge, I loved that movie. Not everybody does, but we don't all agree. It's movies. We shouldn't all like like the same thing. All right, that said, I guess I got to get out of here because I got to get ready for that Mandalorian trailer tomorrow too, which hopefully happens before Drunken Movie Night, or I have to bail on Drunken Movie Night for like 20-30 minutes to make
Probably
that.
like 8 o'clock.
I know, that'll...
Like right when you're supposed to be starting your movie.
Oh, and I really want to watch Super Shark, but I want to see the Mandalorian trailer more, and there will be tears. I guarantee. I don't know if it's going to be I don't know if it's going to be Saga tears, but there'll be tears.
I don't think it'll be Saga tears.
It's live action Star Wars. I think that's the trigger. Because I get pretty teary-eyed at the animation stuff too. Solo was the only one that only just got me misty-eyed. The trailers, but that's a discussion for another time probably.
I'll just be like, yay, it's my Dornish prince.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, this isn't about the Mandalorian. We'll talk about that more soon. All right, we're going to get out of here. So let us know. Comment below. What did you think? Did you like the ideas we had? What are your ideas? What are your nitpicks on the movie? Or did you love it? Did you hate it? All that kind of stuff. This is the spoiler video, so spoil away. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments for sure. I love to hear those things. Other than that, you can click that thumbs up button and give us that good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. And I guess now it's time to play hide and seek. Here you go, Mary. 10, 9... 8, 7. Now you don't even have a movie. All right, we're going to get out of here. We're going to go watch some more stuff. We'll see you all later. All right. Hey, everybody. Oh, shit.
I think it's when we lean back in our seats that's causing that to happen.
I think you might be right. All right, well, maybe they get bonus outtakes if I remember to actually put these at the end. Okay, let's try it again.
Ready?
Yeah. Hey, everybody! Oh, fucking hell!
Yeah, stop slamming yourself back, Eric.
I honestly thought I was going easier. Oh, fuck, I turned the camera around. How did I turn the camera around? It must have fallen on... What's the button that does it here? There's the button that does it here. Oh, is it going to reset our frame? Son of a shit. Oh, it fucking reset everything. That's such bullshit.
Oh, sorry, honey.
No, that's not your fault.
Are you sure you don't
learning.
want my other suction cup thing?
No, we got it. I mean, I can always bring another one. Okay, we got it. All right, I will not slam. Okay, here we go.